Hi there. Join our casual conversations for curious, bewildered, and aspiring midlife cannabis queens. Welcome to the Closet Disco Queen podcast, featuring Queenie and TT. So kick off your platform shoes, sit back and get ready to laugh and learn all about adult use cannabis without having to ask a 22-year-old. Let's get rolling.
Well, hello, TT.
Hello, Queenie.
Hello.
Well, I have to tell you, I was sad that I wasn't able to go to our favorite dispensary, Royale Flower Dispensary, before I left New York. But I do have my giant bag of gummies.
Oh, wow. You're in good shape.
1,000 milligram pure THC. Well, it is Delta 9, which
But it does looks like a bag of Easter candy.
I know, it's great. Got 40 gummies, and they're 25 milligrams each. So I cut them in half. But I might take another one. So anyway, that's what I have consumed, and it is an indica variety, which I have decided I tend to lean toward indica for some reaon.
Well,
I think it relieves me of anxiety and stress and all that stuff.
And the physical, it's the indica works
the body.
more.
You feel things more, like the physical feelings, not the emotional ones.
Right. So, you're probably not in the frame of mind to, go on these, wild creative brain.
Right.
Divas, So yeah, little care.
Mm-hmm. And, I think it's good for me right now at this point in my life. So
yeah. And for what
good thing, because I got a lot of them here.
You got a big old
sack
of bulk quantities. Yes, you've got the bin. Oh, someone's sneaking in the door. It's either commando crawling.
No, it's my little coconut.
Coco. Well, it's funny because mine just poked his little self in here. God knows where he was before. Oh, and he's laying right. See, he's right on the floor. I think Dan threw the.
He has to be there when we record. It's just
no. He's laying on the floor. Yeah, he wants to be in on the fun. Let's see what Mom's doing.
What's she doing? Where'd she go?
Door's closed. I must.
She's still not used to me being here. Sometimes I startle her, I think. And then she starts barking.
Oh my God.
It's not good.
Oh,
what did I do last night? I think we're watching a new show and it's suspenseful. And I think I went like that, and she jumped off the couch and started barking. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to get used to my outbursts.
She wanted to help. One little thing.
Our Closet Disco Queen podcast deals with legal adult cannabis use and is intended for entertainment purposes only for those 21 and older.
Well, today, I should say today, because it sounds really bad that we're getting high in the morning, but well.
Needs must.
Really, it's 10:41, so it's really, we're pushing up on, it's brunch time.
And we have a job to do.
That's right. This is part of the job. Mm-hmm. I love your thinking. So this morning I have partaken in some blue sushi.
Sushi? How does one spell sushi?
Zushi, as it sounds.
As it sounds.
This is a hybrid. It's a little pre-rolled joint from Hetty Tree. So I believe it's a sativa hybrid.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So it seems to be doing its job.
Good. I'm so glad.
So far, so good.
We had a rocky morning.
A little bit. Yeah. We're having some technical difficulties. See, we do this so infrequently that,
I know. We're so used to being together, side by side.
Together. So we're going to have to.
It'll be like this till probably August.
Yes, and then we'll be side by side, seaside.
Yes, side by side.
Side. Yes, Yes. With Susan.
Susan will be with us. That is so exciting. And she'll be feeding us.
Something to look forward to.
She will have a weekly menu.
We should get her requests in now. I wonder if she would agree to provision me the week before.
While you're at it.
I just wanted to be
Would you
concerned.
do doubles and just freeze one.
Don't be concerned with my well-being.
TT is back in Wisconsin with a big ass sack of gummies. TT is back in Wisconsin with a big ass sack of gummies. TT is back in Wisconsin with a big ass sack of gummies.
So TT, you're back in Wisco.
I am back in Wisco, and it feels good to be back here. My son came over on Friday. My daughter came over yesterday. So with her whole gang, and that was fun.
Cool.
Seeing them all together in ages. So it was, it's been really nice. I haven't ventured very far. I want to go say hi to my neighbor across the street who just had shoulder surgery.
Oh boy, yeah.
But yeah, it's good to be back. I've been unpacking, planting all the plants I took from my mom's. Some of her perennials. I mean, I didn't take them all, but little portions of her perennials, and got them in the ground. And yeah, it's just been nice to be here and hanging out, and
Cool.
yeah.
So you just spent the week pretty much reacclimating.
I have been. Well, when did I get back? Wednesday. And today's, I have been reacclimating and unpacking. And, I still have to hang clothes up and stuff.
Well, we, I think I mentioned that we're going to be rehabbing our kitchen.
Yes. It's very exciting.
So we've taken out a home equity loan, and we were visited by the notary yesterday.
Oh, a traveling notary.
A traveling notary to do the notary part of the closing. And this guy, wow.
Oh, do tell.
Oh boy. He, as soon as I sat down, he opened up his briefcase and said, "This is how I'm going to start. Your husband's already seen this." I'm like, oh God. He opens up his briefcase and holds a frame, 2 photos framed in one of those side-by-side frames. He goes, "I just need to show you this. This is my wife. We've been married 44 years. Folds the frame, puts it back in his briefcase, shuts the briefcase, puts it next to him. Then he explains he worked as an engineer his whole life and was never able to talk to the customers.
Not a surprise.
So now that he's doing this, he can speak to people.
Oh.
And he continued to talk about anything and everything that popped into his mind.
Oh boy.
For 45 minutes.
He really has gone off the other end.
Minutes. Oh God, yes. Oh yes. And
The person who doesn't know how to talk to people.
Now, meanwhile, mind you, the dogs are in the crate, losing their minds,
Oh,
barking.
and he's just ignoring that, just talking away.
Now, do you have something to do? Do you have a place to go? Are you in a rush? And we're, what do you say? Shut the fuck up. Just do you not hear the dogs?
As a matter of fact, I have an appointment.
The dogs sound a little. Dan said at least 4 times. We went through we've looked and signed everything online. We're familiar with the documents. Like, speed it up, dude.
Right. That is so interesting that he kind of like the whole thing about taking out the picture.
Oh, he's
my wife, and we were married, and then
he's a lay minister. He has never he was brought up a Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh my gosh.
No joy. No pleasure. Joy, but no pleasure.
Joy, but no pleasure.
Joy, but no pleasure. I'm like, wow, that sounds like.
Let's unpack that.
Shoo-wop, 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 shoo-wop. I saw how he I had to flee. Shoo-wop, shoo-wop. That dangerous, 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 dangerous. Oh, dangerous, 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 dangerous. Oh, prayed so hard I lost my smile, but they said it's worth it after a while. So hold my breath and clench my soul, because pleasure's not my goal. Dangerous, 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 dangerous. Oh, dangerous, 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 dangerous.
And then he's talking about, he asked both of us how old we were, and they said, how old do I look?
Oh my gosh, that's a loaded question.
Jesus Christ.
Can you just put your stamp on it and be done?
Can we not just move on? I was very pleasant. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there was,
I'm sure
but
you
it was like, dude, come on. We're not asking you questions. We're not really
encouraging
engaging. We're engaging in small talk just to be polite, but
right. Oh, that is funny. Well, you know what? Good for him for facing a fear. It sounds like it was something that his whole life did he ever tell you how old he is?
Oh yeah, he was 72.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow. And I said,
Well,
you look like about our age, you know.
Yeah.
I played it.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Oh, and you know, oh my God, how his wife checks everything. She puts all the stickies on. I come home, she checks everything out. And if I miss something, she'll tell me. I might have to drive back here if I miss something. We're like,
no, dear God, please.
Then he goes, he's getting ready he's finishing up. He goes, now I'm going to go through each page one by one more time while I'm here.
No.
And I thought he was kidding. Like he was just saying that like,
like he meant it. You had to sit through that?
Mm-hmm. Oh. And I'm telling you, you know, you've seen documents that are closing. You're looking at 2 inches of paper. One by one.
Oh,
each page.
He is a very dedicated notary. He wanted to make sure you knew what you were signing.
Every third page. Oh no, he didn't explain anything. That wasn't his role. His role was merely to witness our signatures. He was not responsible for explaining anything.
Oh, that's right. He just had to. Well, that's
he was
right.
reviewing everything to make sure the initials were there and la di da da.
Right.
Oh my God. So then every fourth page, he had to square up with his his index finger and thumbs on all 4 corners.
Oh wow, a little OCD maybe.
Little
bit on the spectrum.
I think maybe every 4th page, and then looking up like.
Yay, good job.
I'll go to the next one.
What's the latest buzz? TT, tell me the news. Where is it legal? No one knows. What's the latest buzz? TT, tell me the news. Where is it legal? No one knows.
So, TT, do you have a story for us this week?
I do. I have a little update and then
Update.
a new report.
Oh,
The
boy.
update is on the Texas legislation that's been sitting on the governor's desk. He has until the end of this week to either veto or sign it. However, in Texas, if the governor does not sign it or veto it, it becomes law. It's as if he signed it.
Wow.
So, and it's called, I forgot now what the name is. There's a term for it. So basically, I think he doesn't want to go on the record as vetoing it
Or signing
supporting it. So he's being a coward, and he's just, I shouldn't say that. Up till this point, he hasn't made a decision, but he has to make a decision by the end of the week. So by the time this goes live, we'll probably have an answer about whether THC is banned in Texas. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, we talk a lot about how stigmatized cannabis has always been in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and still continues. We're seeing a lot of progress now that it's legal in some states, but there's still like this lazy stoner sort of image that's conveyed.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm really disappointed, I have to tell you, in the New York Times, because other stories I've read, I've thought, well, they're not really pro cannabis. They're I like to think they try to stay neutral, but they are definitely not pro, maybe slanting a little anti.
The Times.
The New York Times. And there was a story in the paper the other day that was just fear-mongering. And I was really surprised that the Times would do that. The headline was, health risks from cannabis may grow as users age, which I wouldn't mind if it was based on peer-reviewed studies and actual scientific studies, but it wasn't. It was based on a review of people who had gone to ERs with cannabis-related complaints. Okay, so, but like one of them was this woman who took a 76-year-old who took something for insomnia, ate a gummy.
Yeah.
Half an hour later, she's like, I'm still not sleepy. I'm going to take another one. And she ended up taking 4 and ended up in the air. Now, that's just stupidity. I'm sorry.
Right. That's not typical use. That
is not typical use. It's not recreational use. It's misuse, basically.
Correct.
So anyway, so that was that was the example they gave at the beginning of the article. And there's a Canadian study found an association between acute care and dementia and subsequent dementia. They're more apt than younger ones to try cannabis for therapeutic reasons to relieve chronic pain, insomnia, or mental health issues. So here, in one sense, the effectiveness remains thin. Well, there's no evidence. There's no science behind these claims. They're really just anecdotal. And we know from our report last week that the older adults are the ones that are have the greatest
increase
in usage. Yeah. So now I don't know. I just feel like the Times is trying to scare people away from it. They're equating it with, dementia, cannabis use disorder, which isn't even really that whole DSM-5 category is debatable whether that's even a thing, because we haven't had to do much. We haven't been able to do much research on this. So anyway, the thing that was really frustrating is I read this article, and then later in the day I was in the car and we had an MSNBC app.
Oh yes,
and they're quoting this article, a new study, a new article in the New York Times. And that's how this misinformation stuff gets passed around. So I think there's definitely a negative slant to the story, and I'm really surprised, because usually the New York Times, I trust them to provide a balanced and true article to me. And this one was neither, I don't think. So shame on you.
stone. It's lazy, it's shady, and it cuts to the bone. For shame, New York Times. We expect a little truth with our rhymes. Don't twist the facts for clicks and clout. Queenie and TT are calling you out. You quote a shaky study, don't read the source at all. Miss the part about dosage, blow up the headline talk. You skip the older folks who use it just to sleep, but you'll write 10 damn paragraphs about gummies and a Jeep. For shame, New York Times, you're better than the panic headlines. Slinging fear in the name of fame, you're holding the match, but we feel the flame.
Bad New York Times. Well, I've got to admit, I have seen those headlines, and it does appear to be quite a bit of fear mongering, because as you said, it's anecdotal. There's
Right.
there's nothing of substance to make a definitive statement one way or the other.
Exactly. And
So
that's one of the reasons we need national legalization so that we can start conducting research. I am not opposed to spreading the word about potential
right,
dangers or whatever.
absolutely.
If there's been real research done, and we know that if you do this, you could risk this. That's one of the problems with not having the national legislation.
Correct.
We don't know. We just don't know because we can't do research. So there are so many people who are benefiting from this that, both medically and socially, that, it's just a shame to see a trusted news outlet do this kind of fear mongering.
Well, I'm sure there's still I know there's a very strong alcohol lobby in this country also.
Yeah, who knows?
So,
Right. Right. Yeah, there's a big picture that we're not seeing too.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. So, well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Disappointing, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, with all the other news that's going on in the world, though,
Yeah, we don't.
No, we won't go there.
We won't go there. Nope. We're not going to go there.
Are you a cannabis know-it-all? Or a total poser? Find out with Queenie and TT's High Cues.
TT, are you ready to play Queenie and TT's High Cue?
I'm ready. Oh, I just realized I just remembered that we're videotaping this. I've been eating candy
but it's practice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to play with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to see how it works.
Okay.
That's all.
And I kept leaning this way because my microphone's over here and it's not plugged in. So I'm moving over to the side.
It's not plugged in. Hello. Is this thing on? Okay. Okay. So 3 different items. One is a true or false. One is a multiple choice. One is a fact or a myth. All cannabis related. TT, are you ready for the first question?
I am ready.
All righty. The Dutch government operates coffee shops that are legally allowed to sell up to 5 grams of cannabis to individuals age 18 and over. True or false?
I believe that that's true.
That, my dear, is correct.
Yay!
The well-known city of Amsterdam comes to mind. We've heard
Yes, that's the
tell.
one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yes, of the cannabis cafes in Amsterdam, famously. So that is absolutely true. So I am Dutch. By the way.
What?
Right there. Huh? Ecker.
Ecker. No, that's right. That's right. I forgot about the Ecker. Yeah.
Wolfert.
Wilfred Ecker.
Wolfert Ecker. Ecker. Okay, next we've got multiple choice. So let's see here. Which U.S. state passed a law in 2020 allowing licensed cultivators to produce cannabis at home for personal medical use?
What was the year? I'm sorry.
2020. 2020.
Oh, so that was pretty early. It's 5 years ago. So I'm thinking.
Oh, let me give you the choices.
Oh, okay. Right. Thank you. A, B, C, or D.
We'll increase your odds a little bit.
A little bit.
We have to choose from 3 instead of 50. A, New York. B, Illinois. C, Florida.
A, New York.
TT has responded A, New York.
Oh, really? Illinois. Was it Illinois?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Illinois. Yes. B, Illinois. Personal cultivators. All you personal cultivators out there, just going at it. Okay, the final selection is myth or fact. Myth versus fact. Myth or fact. Cannabis users always have red eyes because THC destroys blood vessels in the eyes. Myth or fact?
Myth. That's a myth.
That is a myth. It's a naughty, nasty myth. It's not
an ugly
true.
myth. Yes.
Ugliness. We don't need to. So you got two out of 3.
Okay, I'm good with that. It's a solid C. 2 out of 3.
So that's enough for this week of
Haiku.
Maybe you should do a haiku for haiku.
Haiku. I could do that.
Yes, that would be nice to share your talents, your haiku talents with our listeners.
I will compose
haiku. Look for it on the website. All thanks to TT.
If you have a query, my dearie, that can't be answered by Siri, turn to Mary Jane in your time of need. She's got all the answers about weed.
Okay, are we ready for Mary Jane's question?
I'm ready for the question.
Mary Jane, I recently got the courage to visit a dispensary, and I bought an 1/8 of an ounce of Blue Dream, but I was so anxious to make the purchase, I literally fast walked out of there. Help me. I have pretty little buds, and I have no idea what to do next.
Oh, sweetheart. First of all, let me give you a big, sparkly round of applause for walking into that dispensary. That takes guts, especially if you were raised during the Just Say No era, when the scariest thing at school was a DARE officer with a fake mustache and a pocket full of fear. You did it. You bought the Blue Dream. Now let's make sure you know exactly what to do with those lovely little buds so they don't just sit there staring at you from the nightstand like a houseplant with secrets. Step 1. Don't panic. Blue Dream won't bite. You've chosen a gentle queen of a strain. Blue Dream is a balanced hybrid, usually slightly sativa-leaning, known for offering a calm, euphoric, uplifted high without knocking you out or sending you into a paranoid spiral. So, you're already on the right track. Now let's talk about how to actually use it. Step 2. Do you want to smoke, vape, or infuse? Here's the thing. There are several ways to enjoy flower, and you don't need to be a bong-ripping teenager to do it.
If you want to smoke it, grab a small pipe, often called a spoon, easy to find at most dispensaries or head shops. Or a pre-rolled cone. Raw makes great ones. Just stuff, twist, and go. No rolling skills required. Break up the buds with your fingers or a grinder. Grinders are easier on the hands and give you a more even burn. Use a lighter, or better yet, a hemp wick if you want to be fancy, and take a small puff. Inhale gently. Hold it for a couple seconds. Then exhale like you know something the rest of the room doesn't. If you prefer vaping, a great choice for discretion and lung health. You'll need a dry herb vaporizer, like Pax, Arizer, or Da Vinci. Grind your bud lightly, load the chamber, and inhale slowly when the device heats up. Vapor is smoother and smells less than smoke, but the high is just as lovely. Step 3. Start small. Go slow. Your motto now is 1 puff, then wait. Give it 10-15 minutes before deciding if you need another. You can always have more, but you can't unhave a third hit that sends you into an existential spiral about the meaning of socks. Blue Dream is gentle, but effects can vary depending on your tolerance, your mindset, and how much coffee you had that day. Step 4. Set the scene. Put on something soft. Light a candle. Play music you loved in college. Have water, snacks, and a cozy spot nearby. Maybe a journal or something to doodle with. The idea is to ease into the experience, not try to become a cannabis expert overnight. Step 5. Trust yourself. You already did the brave part. You walked into the dispensary and made the purchase. That's huge. Now all you're doing is spending time with yourself in a new way. Let go of the pressure to do it right. You're not failing if you cough. You're not weird if you start laughing at the way your fridge hums. You're just exploring. And I promise you this, you're going to be just fine. Better than fine, actually. Want help picking a grinder or a cute little pipe? I've got favorites. Or if you want a Blue Dream welcome ritual, we can make one up together. You're a cannabis queen now, babe. Let's make it fabulous.
So,
Wow.
TT, did any of that ring true for you? Or
I loved how positive Mary Jane was in explaining, well, first of all, congratulating this person for going into a dispensary, but then also, being supportive enough to say, hey, this isn't something you do all at once. You don't have to be an expert. Just, really very reassuring information.
now I can identify with this
Mm-hmm.
early on in my cannabis journey. Seriously, I didn't know what the hell to do, and that's one of the reasons that really initiated the idea for the podcast for me. Was I felt like and it could have been my own stubbornness, I'm sure, but I felt like I had to find all this information out on my own, like what to do,
Oh, yeah.
just the whole experience. I
Mhm.
felt like I was doing it on the QT. So yeah, I know how this person feels.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, now what? No, oh dear, I didn't think I'd have to buy a grinder or something like that. How do I get it? And then now what? Now I don't know how to roll. What are the options? So yeah, it's one
Yeah,
step
this
at
is
a time.
really helpful information too.
Yeah, and the other part, you can always ask the bud tender.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you've made the purchase, you can always go back in and ask for some advice or suggestions. And at
Sure.
that point, they can even help you purchase or identify some of the supplies, items,
Absolutely.
accessories that you might find helpful
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and enjoyable.
Yes. Yes, I'm
Go
sure
for
they'd
it.
be happy to do that.
Oh yes, very there. That is one thing. The bud tenders that we've encountered have all been so pleasant,
Every one of them.
helpful,
Yeah.
without being solicitous,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is very, very nice. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a positive experience
Yeah, it
going
is. It
into a
is.
dispensary because it's
Especially if you kind of have a favorite one and you go back and they get to know you and.
Really, it can be kind of like Cheers.
Yeah.
Norm. Aw. Norm just left us. I know. Well, we're at that age.
We are. Yep.
All the people we grew up with.
Mm-hmm. Many of the celebrities.
Oh God, I know. Still rattling around. Yeah, they were our peeps. You know, Tom Jones. He was our mother's.
Yeah. Well.
And Engelbert.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Remember when they come up to the Coliseum?
Yes. Oh my gosh, the Coliseum.
I remember my mother went to see Tom Jones a couple times.
Oh, my mother never.
Those rowdy nurses.
Oh, well, see, that's a good thing. See, your mom's always had the company of her fellow nurses who were far majority women at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Rarely male nurses. So to have that group of women, women supporting you throughout your career and life,
they're still getting together.
Mm-hmm.
The gang of gals. So it's
awesome.
It is. It's pretty amazing. So, do you have anything exciting going on this week?
We have dinner group Tuesday night.
That's nice.
And we have I have my mindfulness women's freedom and mindfulness network meeting this week. And
is that your online meeting?
Yeah.
That started up again.
Yep. Well, this is like the once a month thing. It's not the mindfulness group I belong to. So the mindfulness group is actually, she's doing once a month free session to get us through the summer, given the circumstances of the world, So, yeah. But really, not too much. How about you? What do you got on the docket for the week?
Let's see. AJ has her moving up ceremony and at festivities on Wednesday, and that also happens to be her 10th birthday.
Oh, how exciting! 10, double digits.
We're in double digits. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then Friday is Mommy's picnic at her program.
Oh, the program picnic. And is your brother coming up?
I believe my brother's going to try to attend. My husband and I will be going, and Mia and Bryn will be attending.
Where's it going to be? Oh, okay. So it's inside.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't be dropping like flies in the heat.
No.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
We suddenly have some openings. No.
Oh, that's fun. What else? Anything?
No, I think that's. Oh, and I have my assignee from Brazil.
Okay, that's good.
Here, I believe, was doing yesterday.
Oh, fun. When are you going to see them?
I've got to reach out. We've got to figure that out. We're going to Social Security this week, but we're going to have to touch base before then. You have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us at the Closet Disco Queen podcast. Grab a brownie or doobie, pass us to your friends, and be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. And be sure to leave us a 5-star review as it helps others find us. Peace out.
Tonight, on an all-new episode of Curious at Midlife, we follow Marjorie, age 54, as she bravely enters a dispensary for the very first time. After purchasing a small glass jar of what is colloquially referred to as flour, she returns home. There, she is met not with clarity, but with existential confusion. The buds are pretty, but she has no grinder, no lighter, no idea. Funded by viewers like you, and possibly by Marjorie's adult children who are texting her instructions. She won't read.